All right, gentlemen, and curious ladies tuning in. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most intimate, sometimes awkward and often misunderstood aspects of sexual intimacy, oral sex. Specifically, men giving oral sex to women. Now, before you start squirming in your seat or turning down the volume because someone might hear, let me promise you this. Today's conversation is going to be insightful, backed by research, sprinkled with humour and, most importantly, practical. Because whether you're a seasoned pro, a nervous rookie, or just plain curious, we're going to cover it all. So let's start with the million-dollar question. Do women actually like receiving oral sex? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. Research shows that a significant majority of women report higher levels of sexual satisfaction when oral sex is part of the equation. And here's something even more important. For many women, oral sex isn't just foreplay, it's the main event. In fact, studies suggest that for a large percentage of women, oral sex is the most reliable way to achieve orgasm. But here's the kicker. Not every man knows what he's doing down there. Don't worry, though. That's why we're here, because yes, you can get better at it. This isn't some mystical art passed down by ancient sages, it's a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned, practiced and perfected. Now, let's address a myth head-on. You've probably heard that old cliché, women give the best oral sex to women because they know what it feels like. And sure, there's some logic there. But let me tell you this. Men can absolutely master this skill. The secret isn't in having the same anatomy, it's in listening, observing and caring about her pleasure. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Many men approach oral sex with the same mindset they approach assembling IKEA furniture. Impatient, overly confident and skipping the instruction manual. But the manual isn't hard to find. It's her reactions, her breathing, her moans, her body language. They're all giving you live feedback. Pay attention to them and you're already halfway there. So how do you get good at it? Well, let's break it down into practical advice. No fluff, no vague metaphors, just real talk. First things first, don't rush. Seriously, slow down. This isn't a sprint, it's a slow dance. Build anticipation. Tease. If you rush straight to the main course, you're skipping some of the best parts of the experience for her. Second, variety is your friend. Think of oral sex like playing an instrument. You've got different speeds, rhythms, intensities. Mix them up. And for the love of intimacy, don't just do the same repetitive motion like you're trying to win a gold medal in tongue gymnastics. Change it up, explore. Third, use your hands. Yes, gentlemen, your mouth is not the only tool at your disposal. Incorporate your fingers gently and thoughtfully. The combination of tongue and fingers can create magic, if done with care. Fourth, communication is key. And no, I'm not saying you need a verbal play-by-play, but check in. Ask if she likes what you're doing. And remember, communication isn't just about words, it's about paying attention to non-verbal cues too. Now let's talk about confidence. Confidence is sexy. If you seem nervous, unsure, or like you're performing an oral pop quiz you didn't study for, she'll notice. Take a breath, relax, and remember. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. And finally, aftercare matters. Once the moment ends, don't just roll over or check your phone. Cuddle her, kiss her, make her feel valued and adored. Intimacy doesn't end when the physical act stops. It lingers in those quiet, connected moments afterward. All right, now let's address a big one. Does oral sex play a role in keeping a woman satisfied in a relationship? The answer is absolutely yes. Studies have shown that women in relationships where oral sex is a regular, pleasurable part of intimacy report higher levels of satisfaction, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Why? Because oral sex, when done well, isn't just about physical pleasure, it's about trust, vulnerability, and connection. It's one of the most intimate things you can share with a partner, and it sends a clear message. Your pleasure matters to me. Now, before you run off and start practicing your newfound knowledge, let me say this. Not every woman likes oral sex, and that's okay. Everyone's preferences are different, and the most important thing you can do is ask and respect her answer. But for the women who do enjoy it, and trust me, many do, it can be a game changer. At the end of the day, being good at oral sex isn't about technical prowess or having the right moves. It's about attentiveness, communication, and genuine enthusiasm. If you show up with those three things, you're already miles ahead. All right, my friends, let's wrap this up with a gentle reminder. Intimacy isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Don't overthink it, don't stress about being flawless. Just be present, be attentive, and most importantly, enjoy yourself too. And hey, if this episode gave you some insights, share it with a friend, your partner, or anyone who could use a little nudge in the right direction. Disclaimer. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you or your partner have concerns about sexual health or intimacy, please consult a qualified healthcare provider or therapist. There's no shame in seeking help. It's an act of care and respect. All right, gentlemen and ladies, until next time, stay curious, stay confident, and remember, good lovers aren't born, they're made, one thoughtful moment at a time.